think you should probably start. I mean, normally it wouldn't matter milling around, because normally for the award ceremony, everyone's milling around with a glass of wine in their hand.
I was just thinking about that, Neil.
Well, that's what I've been out to get, Neil. I needed a quick word with my wife, she's got to go pick something up.
She run off with the bottle.
Yeah, run buggered off with the bottle as well. Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, good afternoon, and welcome back to those who attended the conference earlier, and a warm welcome for those of you who are joining us for the first time for the award ceremony. We will be announcing the winners and runners-up of the 2020 NBN Awards for wildlife recording. Over the next half an hour or so, we'll be announcing the 22 shortlisted nominees. We like to announce the winners and the runners-up because it's good to have a little bio of people and recognise people even if they don't win the prizes, because it's so difficult to choose from amongst the 49 nominations, and good to sort of recognise people as much as we can. We will also be announcing the 2020 John Sawyer NBN Open Data Award. Unlike the others, this award isn't open to public nomination, but it's given to a member of the network, the National Biodiversity Network, who's made an outstanding contribution in terms of collecting and sharing wildlife data openly to educate and inform. Sadly, because of the pandemic, our staff haven't been able to arrange for prizes and certificates to be sent out to winners and runners up yet. But as soon as life gets back to a bit more like normal and people back in the office, we will be able to arrange for those to be sent to winners and runners up. If I could ask all attendees to turn off video cameras, please. But if the shortlisted finalists could turn your cameras on when we're announcing the runners-up and winners in your category, that will allow us to see the relevant nominees at the appropriate time. So cameras off, and then if you are a runner-up or a winner, if you could switch on your cameras, that would be appreciated. So now I will hand over to John Norton to get proceedings underway. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Neil. So the first award is the National Biodiversity Award for Wildlife Recording Marine. There are two finalists in this year's NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Marine. They're Kevin McKelwey from Jersey, who's chairman of Jersey Marine Conservation, and has been plugging gaps in taxonomic knowledge of Jersey's subtidal marine species since 2011. And Jack Wootton from Edinburgh, who is an eel ambassador and has been recording eels and monitoring their decline in numbers in the waters around Edinburgh for the last few years. The runner-up in the 2020 NBN Awards for Wildlife Recording Marine has recorded hundreds of eels, and his data is being used to highlight river restoration needs, pollution impacts on the river and marine environments, and to try and bring the eel management plans back into effect and to working policy. The runner-up is working on a new project called Forgotten Fish and has developed children's games and a conference, and could not be doing more to highlight the decline of eels. The runner-up in the 2020 NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Marine, sponsored by Habitat Aid, Nature Photographers Limited and William Collins, is Jack Wootton. Well done, Jack. And the winner of the 2020 NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Marine is an experienced diver and a retired secondary school teacher. When he first began in 2011, there were less than 300 species records from Jersey. Since then, he has completed 420 reports himself and overseen many more. His name can be found attached to over 6,000 marine records. The winner's dedication has led him not only to be chairman of Jersey Marine Conservation, but also being a sea search surveyor and course tutor, running regular training courses, survey expeditions and public awareness events. Using the sea search methodology, he and his team have contributed between 50 and 100 survey reports per year. The winner of the 2020 NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Marine, sponsored by Habitat Aid and William Collins, is Kevin McKelwey. Now, Kevin may not have made it into the meeting. I don't know whether he did. He was doing something this afternoon that meant he was probably just about going to make it. If you're there, Kevin, would you like to say a few words? Do we know if Kevin is there? Doesn't look like he is. Okay.
I am here.
Oh, you are there, Kevin. Hello, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Oh, hi. Well done. Would you like to say a few words?
Well, I would really. I think it's only fair that I do say a few words. Well, first of all, I am honoured to be shortlisted, and I'd like to say a big congratulations to Jack as well for being shortlisted. And I'm sure there were many other people that were equally as worthwhile of receiving the award. I didn't really expect to receive this award, and I'm really grateful to those that actually nominated me, my team members, and I would certainly like to say a big thank you to them, and also to all of the dedicated sea search coordinators and data gatherers. It's not the easiest of tasks, and very often we're diving on sites that are not particularly popular diving sites. So, it's quite different from the normal diving that goes on. And particularly our coordinator for sea search, that's Charlotte Bolton, who does an outstanding job, but this year it's been more difficult to try and get diving being undertaken, particularly with all the health and safety restrictions. And another chap who is a sort of a backroom boy, that's Angus Jackson, who coordinates all this data and puts it all together before it comes to the NBN. And, we do have sponsors for what we do. It wouldn't be possible. We're at the Association of Jersey Charities, who has covered some of the costs of what we do, and our Channel Islands Cooperative as well. I'd also like to say a big thank you as well to, all the people at NBN, because, they are in the background there, but doing a fantastic job, and just seeing how they were all working so hard yesterday to get the conference underway and the awards was really impressive. So well done to them, and Jersey's not an easy place. I mean, the laws are a bit different here, and if we didn't have this NBN data, then we wouldn't be in a position to move forward with getting areas protected that are very important to us. So, we hope very much to carry on the work, and would like to say a big thank you to everyone from the NBN for everything that they're doing in that respect. So thank you very, very much indeed for this.
Thank you, Kevin. Well done. The next award is the Wildlife Recording Terrestrial. There are 6 finalists. Their names are there. Catty Baird from North Berwick in Scotland is a trustee of East Lothian Countryside Volunteers and has inspired many to engage with museum natural history collections, making historic collections accessible. Derek Crawley from Shropshire has been recording mammals for over 40 years. He is coordinator of the National Mammal Atlas project for the Mammal Society and has helped to develop the free Mammal Mapper app. Lorna Griffiths from Nottingham is chairperson of the Nottinghamshire Dormouse Group and an active and long-standing member of the Nottinghamshire Bat Group and other conservation groups. Yvonne Leonard from Suffolk has recently retired after over 30 years of recording plants in the Suffolk Brecklands. The BSBI database holds over 20,000 records with her name on it. Andy Musgrove from Norfolk has made many thousands of records of multiple taxa groups. Recently, he's been concentrating on sawflies and has taken on the role of Sawfly County Recorder for Norfolk, building a database of historical records. And last but not least, Helen Rowe from Aberdeen is South Aberdeenshire's Vice County Moth Recorder and an Aberdeenshire area organiser for butterfly conservation, East Scotland branch. She has also been carrying out targeted surveys for Cairngorm priority species for over a decade. The runner-up of the 2020 NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Terrestrial is not only the coordinator of the National Mammal Atlas Project for the Mammal Society, but is also founder and chair of the Staffordshire Mammal Group, which is now over 20 years old. The winner trained new mammal verifiers on the iRecord scheme so that there is a uniform approach to verification, and was the main author of the Mammals of Staffordshire Atlas in 2007. The winner has also taken the lead nationally to produce the Atlas of the Mammals of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, published this year. And the runner-up for the 2020 NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Terrestrial, sponsored by Habitat Aid, Nature Photographers Limited and William Collins, is Derek Crawley. Well done, Derek. Now, the winner of the 2020 NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Terrestrial has made a unique contribution to the regular and sustained recording of rare plants in Suffolk Breckland for over 30 years, including several critical species which are both rare and difficult to identify. The winner developed a novel, formal, long-term monitoring system for the Breckland rarities, with systematic recording and long-term planning, including a rolling 10-year survey timetable. The winner is a model of systematic working, covering a large number of sites and species on a rotational basis, producing meticulous records. Her commitment and persistence enabled her to secure access to sites on private land that no others were previously given. The winner of the 2020 NBN Award for Wildlife Recording Terrestrial, sponsored by Habitat Aid and William Collins, is Yvonne Leonard. Now, Yvonne can't actually be with us due to ill health, but I think Tim Parkhurst is going to say a few words on her behalf. Is that correct?
No, it's me, Jo Jones.
Joe, I'm sorry. I do apologise.
Right.
Whenever, I mean, my instructions don't say that, but thank you. Would you like to say a few words on Yvonne's behalf?
Yes, I would. I'm enormously privileged and honoured to receive this award on behalf of Yvonne. I now coordinate the Breckland Flora Group, which is based on so much of Yvonne's work. Working in the Brecks, we use her meticulous detailed records all the time as the basis for our recording. Yvonne sent this message, and I do so hope that her husband David has been able to get through online. A minute ago. Yvonne said to me, "I'm just so happy to have been given this award. To know the work that I and my husband David did together for all those years has been recognised, and so happy the work has been carried on." She said, "The two of us together did enjoy every minute of the recording." She said, "Each evening I'd have dinner on the table for when David got home from work. We'd leave the washing up and go out to the different sites, record until dark, and then we'd come home and wash up." And she said she also enjoyed the writing up, which she did so carefully and included photos in the days when you also had to sometimes print photos off to get them in. Yvonne said she knew it was a good cause. She wanted the Brecks plants to survive and flourish as part of the big biodiversity picture. And she's delighted that the work we did now carries on through the efforts of the Breckland Flora Group recorders. And she said, "This has absolutely made my day." So thank you to the NBN network for recognising her.
Thank you very much for that. That was lovely. Thank you. The next award is the NBN Group Award. I think you probably need to close your camera. There we are. So the next award is the NBN Group Award. There are 5 finalists this year in the NBN Group Award. The first is the Cumbria Lichen and Bryophyte group, which covers the whole county of Cumbria, and despite being in existence for only a short time, this group has transformed the recording and monitoring of lichens and bryophytes in the county. The Isle of Wight Natural History and Archaeological Society celebrated its centenary in 2019. With its 400 plus membership, it has several recording groups, and the Society holds and maintains the Isle of Wight Species Records database on the MapMate. The Mammal Society, established in 1954 as a UK-wide charity advocating science-led mammal conservation, the Society now comprises 1,400 members and 36 local mammal groups who carry out recording and regular mammal surveys. The Manhood Wildlife and Heritage Group is a volunteer-led group from West Sussex. Set up over 20 years ago to encourage local residents to record the wildlife on the Manhood Peninsula, it has recorded many water voles in unexpected locations on the peninsula. And again, last but not least, Rochdale Field Naturalist Society, covering Rochdale and the Greater Manchester area. This society was established in 1874 and currently has 100 plus members, achieving a recording milestone this year of 100,000 records. The runner-up in the 2020 NBN Group Awards has a membership of between 80 and 100 volunteers. They stepped up their recording activity when, in 2013, a consultant ecologist hired by a developer said that the area was a wildlife desert with no significant species or areas of interest. Since then, the group has submitted so much data, particularly on water voles, that all waterways and ditches in the area are now considered to be water vole habitat, and therefore a developer must prove that they're not present, which is a significant policy change. So the runner-up in the 2020 NBN Group Award, sponsored by Habitat Aid and the Nature Photographers Limited, is the Manhood Wildlife and Heritage Group. I think Jill Sutcliffe is attending on behalf of the group, is that right? Anyway, there we are. Good. And now the winner of the NBN Group Award for 2020 leads efforts to collect and share information on mammals, encourages research to learn more about their ecology and distribution, and contributes to the conservation of mammals. Since the launch of the Mammal Mapper app and its precursor, the Mammal Tracker, this group has increased its number of expert verifiers to process the increased volume of data that it is now receiving. The group's distribution maps and data were used in the Guide to Population and Conservation Status of British Mammals, published in 2018, and were also used in the State of Nature Report 2019. The winner of the 2020 NBN Group Award, sponsored by the Field Studies Council and William Collins, is the Mammal Society. And I think Fiona Matthews, representing the Mammal Society, is with us. Is Fiona with us?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Hello, Fiona. Would you like to say a few words? Well done.
Yes, thank you. Well, we're absolutely delighted to win the award. And first of all, I'd like to thank the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers up and down the country, and particularly the mammal verifiers, who, after all, are the people who make this whole thing work. We're delighted that so many people are getting out and surveying mammals, that they're, despite being sort of the poster child of the wildlife world, it's remarkable how understudied mammals are. And we really do appreciate the efforts of everybody who sends in records to us, and the Mammal Mapper has been the latest development that's helped people to do that. And really, without those records, we can't be making sensible plans for wildlife conservation in Britain. And we're really excited to have the opportunity to use the data in things like the Atlas and the Population Review, so that hopefully we can assure a better future for Britain's mammals and for Britain's wildlife more generally. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. Nice to talk to you. Okay, I'm now going to hand back to Neil to present the last three of the awards, and I will mute myself and turn my camera off.
Thank you, John. Next, the NBN Newcomer Award. 5 finalists for the Newcomer Award. First is Stephen Alleyne from Canterbury, who's chairman of the Cambridgeshire and Peterborough Amphibian and Reptile Group and started a national monitoring project for the midwife toad in 2016. Douglas Boys from Middletown in Wales became Montgomeryshire's Vice County Recorder for butterflies at the age of 16 and is now studying for a PhD on the impacts of light pollution on moths. Fraser Coomer from Seven Sisters Country Park, East Sussex, is the postdoctoral science officer for the Mammal Society. He leads on the data collection and analysis from the new and upgraded Mammal Mapper phone app. Sam Miller from Belfast, in a voluntary capacity, used his extensive knowledge of Lepidoptera and his IT skills to help verify and clear the backlog of Northern Irish butterfly records. And finally, Sophie Webster from Northumberland is Catch My Drift project assistant with Northumberland Wildlife Trust, where she has exceeded all targets for community engagement and volunteer recruitment. The runner-up in the NBN Newcomer Awards 2020 has achieved an outstanding amount in a short space of time thanks to her boundless energy and sheer hard work. For example, when tasked with engaging 100 people, the runner-up managed 748 by running 35 different events and various on-site encounters. With her team of volunteers and members of the public, the runner-up has collected over 1,700 individual records of 438 different species in a 12-month period. The runner-up of the 2020 NBN Newcomer Award, sponsored by Opticron, Nature Photographers Limited, and by British Wildlife, is Sophie Webster. Congratulations, Sophie. Great photo, a big smile, cheesy grin. That's good. And now to the winner. The winner of the 2020 NBN Newcomer Award has been involved in Lepidoptera recording for 12 years and has submitted about 30,000 moth records to the National Moth Recording Scheme. These cover macro and micro moths, including leaf miners. The winner was in the first cohort of the FSC Young Darwin Scholars, and he's provided support to the programme ever since. As part of his undergraduate studies, the winner studied the moths of birds' nests. This resulted in several publications and some new natural history knowledge. This led to him editing the chapter in the 3rd edition of a field guide to the smaller moths of Great Britain and Ireland. The winner of the 2020 NBN Newcomer Award, sponsored by Opticron and William Collins, is Douglas Boys. Unfortunately, I think I'm right that Douglas is poorly, isn't he, Mandy? Or maybe it's not Mandy. So he's not with us tonight. So I hope he is well. Sounds like, and I don't think anyone's collecting the award on his behalf. I was looking at it last night. I'd thoroughly recommend going on Douglas's blog. Actually, I would go and take a look if I was you. So I can give that plug for Douglas and in his absence. But I hope he's doing well. Did a hand just go up?
I can confirm, Neil, that Douglas is unable to join us. Unfortunately, he sends his apologies. Okay,
hope he's well. Thank you. Turning to the NBN Young Persons Award, always a brilliant award. This one rather reminds me of Cecilia's Madupin's lecture this morning, catch them young, as she said. The finalists, we have 4 finalists for the Young Persons Award. James Evans, an 18-year-old from Oxfordshire, who has been a member of Cuttlebrook Conservation Volunteers since he was 12, and for the last 5 years has been single-handedly running the wildlife video monitoring on the Cuttlebrook Local Nature Reserve. Xander Johnston, a 14-year-old boy from Aviemore, Scotland, who became a Cairngorms Nature Young Ambassador at the age of 10 and has been surveying ants and other rare invertebrates since then. Reuben Nebbett-Blades, a 17-year-old from Norfolk, who has been a very active recorder for a number of years. Since 2017, Reuben has submitted over 1,300 records of almost 700 species into iRecord. Niamh O'Flynn Munden, a 19-year-old student from the Isle of Wight, who has organised a number of highly successful citizen science events for different community groups based all over the Isle of Wight. The runner-up. Flora is the speciality of the runner-up in the NBN Young Persons Award 2020. Although his records cover an impressively wide range of taxonomic groups with birds, bryophytes, fungi, and all major insect groups also well represented. Through Twitter and WhatsApp, the runner-up has been very active, helping other young naturalists in identification questions and sharing opportunities for wildlife events. The runner-up has attended a number of events with other young naturalists, including BTO Bird Camp in 2018 and the FSC Young Darwin Scholarship Course in 2019, where he has helped many others with plant and invertebrate identification. The runner-up of the 2020 NBN Young Persons Award, sponsored by Opticron, Nature Photographers Limited, and by NHBS, is Reuben Nebbett-Blades. I don't know again. I've got a note here that Reuben only gets home from school at 4:15, so whether he's home or not, he might be home. I don't know. But I hope you are, and congratulations to you, Reuben. And now to the winner of NBN Young Persons Award 2020. The winner of this award was one of the youth ambassadors involved in 2019 State of Nature report. His enthusiasm for nature is infectious. His presentation skills match those of seasoned professional nature presenters. He uses his own YouTube channel account to promote the importance of insects, as well as educating viewers on how to rewild your garden and how to make an insect hotel. Over the past 3 years, the winner has recorded over 800 hours of volunteering, surveying and recording for a number of different projects, and he's identified many new sites for rare insects. The winner of the 2020 NBN Young Persons Award, sponsored by Opticron and William Collins, is Xander Johnston. Xander, good picture, nice picture. I don't know if Xander's there, wants to say a few words.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, switch your video on and away you go, Xander.
Hi, this is amazing. Thank you. It's not only of being shortlisted, which I was really happy with, then of won the actual award. And I've just got to think it's great to hear that my voice, when speaking for especially the insects and all the recording that I have done over the past 3 years and so on, has been recognised, especially during a time like this, where we've trying to reverse the damage that we've done to our planet. And it's also great to see that me encouraging other people into nature through my YouTube channel, being on TV, like for people creating their own moth traps, is also being recognised, because just how important that is, getting other people into the fascinating world of nature. And just to top it all off, really, it's great because it's something that I enjoy doing, being outside in the nature, serving for these insects. It's just such a great time and a great experience. So yeah, thank you so much.
Well said, Xander. Thank you very much. And I like your ukuleles as well. Either ukuleles or you're a giant. Thank you, Xander. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So turning to John Sawyer NBN Open Data Award 2020. This is our final award. This award is awarded, as I said earlier, to a member of the National Biodiversity Network who is making a valuable contribution to open biodiversity data in the UK. The network has 165 data partners, and the NBN Atlas shares almost 195 million biological records openly. This award recognises and celebrates the outstanding contribution of NBN data partners towards achieving the NBN vision of collecting and sharing wildlife data openly to educate and inform. The award is being given to a citizen science charity established in 2009, run entirely by volunteers, that helps the public to identify local wildlife. Their NBN Atlas dataset includes 300,000 records of more than 6,000 species covering most taxon groups. All the records are shared on an open license, and the majority at a resolution of 100 meters or less. The organisation's online recording system is part of the iRecord family, and the NBN Atlas dataset is updated regularly using the automated export process. The data collected showcases the wildlife of Leicestershire and Rutland. The winner of the John Sawyer NBN Open Data Award 2020 is Nature Spot. Congratulations. I think we might have David Nichols.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi,
Thank you
David.
ever so much. We're honoured and delighted to get this reward. It's recognition for 11 years of incredibly hard work by a big team of volunteers. I can update some of your stats. Actually, we've now got over 7,000 species that we've recorded in Leicestershire and Rutland. One of our objectives is not just to record them, but to try and kind of share knowledge and hopefully kind of inspire people about local wildlife. So for every one of those species, we have a feature page which we try and illustrate with photographs that are all drawn from the local community. And indeed, most of our work is really about focusing on local wildlife and local wild places and trying to get people to value what's on our doorstep. So many people's experiences about wildlife, particularly people that are not naturalists, is about what they see on television, which, you know, is largely dominated by overseas wildlife. So just trying to get people to value what literally they have in their garden and in the park down the road, I think is really important. We've managed to accumulate a big data set, as you say, and I think the combination of the recording and the gallery of information about the wildlife does seem to be quite highly valued. We get an increasing number of visits to our website, in fact, over 1 million a year now. And incredibly, people not just from Leicestershire and Rutland, but from all over the country and indeed from many other countries around the world, which never ceases to amaze us. But I just wanted to acknowledge that all of the work is the result of such hard work and so much time and commitment from a big team of volunteers. And so I think it's a lovely recognition to all of that team to receive this award. So NBN, thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Some great work going on there. So that concludes the NBN Awards for 2020. I'd like to thank the sponsors, Opticron, Habitat Aid, Field Studies Council, Nature Photographers Limited, William Collins, British Wildlife and NHBS. I'd like to thank everyone who's made the nominations, made the effort to do that. It's really important and a tribute to those who were nominated in the various award categories and to all the 49 of the wonderful nominees. It was yet again a Sunday, a couple of hours on Sunday, very well spent seeing the wonderful work that's going on by reading all the nominations. Congratulations and well done to all the winners, the runners-up and the 13 others who were shortlisted as finalists. Immense disappointment that I can't be there and we can't all be together to raise a glass and just have a chat. But thank you all for supporting the NBN Awards and for attending this ceremony online and for attending the conference earlier, helping us to celebrate wildlife recording in the UK. Thank you. Have a good evening.